The India Renaissance has been in existence for 27 years, since 1999. Now, what exactly inspired this organization?
Human trafficking was very prevalent in Benin, particularly. In fact, at some point, Edo State was regarded the hub of traffic. Many were trafficked because they were vulnerable. And they were vulnerable because of lack of education, lack of skills, and all of that. Having received girls, having listened to stories, trying to understand how and why the endemic was on at that time. So she decided to set up a skills acquisition center where young girls and young women could acquire skills to at least earn basic living. India Renaissance was among the organizations that lobbied for the very first law against human trafficking in the country.
Hi, and hi. Yes, those 4 highs are for you and everybody in your household. Hello, and welcome back to another mind-blowing episode of the Unscripted Seat podcast. Yes, I know, I said mind-blowing because every Wednesday we blow your mind. You can't even deny the fact that every Wednesday we bring you amazing conversations that blow your mind. I remain the beautiful Gen Z baddie of the house, Z of the good life, and I am not alone. This is Unscripted Seat with Zaddy and Z. Hi, Zaddy.
Hi, Z. How you doing?
I'm okay. This is your assemble. I like it though.
After you have cut it down.
But it is a gown that I like.
It's a wonderful
But it's a gown now. But we know it's a gown.
It is.
But I also like it.
Thank you.
If you will not give me, I know our sponsors will give me. We want to say an amazing thanks to these our beautiful sponsors. And so on to the business of the day. Mm-hmm. Today we have a beautiful woman. I remember the first day I met her and I was starstruck. I was like, I love to see beautiful women who are doing amazingly well. I love to see it. I admire it so much. And so when I met her, I said, no, this woman must be on the seat.
Yes,
this woman must come to the seat. And yes, here she is. Today we have Mrs. Esohe Onyemese. She is a married woman. She is a lover of God. This one, every time, I think in like 2 sentences, you must hear her say, God bless you. Oh, God bless you. And I'm like, oh God, how can somebody be so graceful?
Such a wonderful
How can one person be so graceful? Only you just have all these things. God just
bless.
God,
complete blessing.
God, I don't say God they do. They do are you? They do partial.
How can you give all this?
How can one person just have all
you
these
can
things?
imagine.
Just tell me how. She is not just all these things that we have mentioned. She's a lawyer. She is a law lecturer. Yes. She is also the vice president of India Renaissance. Welcome to the Unscripted Seat, ma'am.
Thank you very much. I must say your introduction scared me.
Why? You did not believe that all these things was you, right?
Honestly.
You've done so much.
Yes, you actually have.
You've done so much.
You have.
We want to say thank you first. Then before we go into, your story, before you tell us how you've come this far, how you've been doing these things, we just want to say thank you first of all.
Let me say thank you too.
Thank you.
Thank you for thanking me.
Okay, so you said the India Renaissance has been in existence for 27 years, since 1999. Now, what exactly inspired this organization, and how did you come into this organization and grow in it?
Okay. India Renaissance came on board in 1999. It's actually an initiative of the former First Lady of Edo State, Mrs. Edafe.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
She has been in a lot of philanthropic exercises, but she decided to use her office as governor at that time because human trafficking was very prevalent in Benin, particularly. In fact, at some point, Edo State was regarded the hub of trafficking. And so she felt she needed to contribute her quota to society. And she set up, first of all, the initiative took off with the Skills Acquisition Center at Ewomodu. Okay. She ran that for a while. And when she was about to veer off into her personal enterprise, she decided to set up Idia Renaissance as her private enterprise. As you know, Modu has been taken over by government since then. So that was the first skills acquisition center that Edo State had. And part of the reason why that was set up was having received girls, having listened to stories, trying to understand how and why the endemic was on at that time, she discovered many were trafficked because they were vulnerable. And they were vulnerable because of lack of education, lack of skills, and all of that. So she decided to set up a skills acquisition center where young girls and young women could acquire skills to at least earn basic living. And since then, the organization has morphed. We've grown beyond skills acquisition into advocacy. Idia Renaissance was among the organizations that lobbied for the very first law against human trafficking in the country.
Oh, wow.
Edo State then was the first state.
Amazing.
And since then, laws have emanated, so that lobbying, working with Mrs. Titi Atiku Abubakar's foundation that has given birth to NAPTIP now.
Oh, yeah.
And from NAPTIP, sister organizations, GPI was also on board and all of that. So we've been in that work, generally trying to speak to young women, speak to young girls, and where necessary, children, to get them to understand that one of the ways that vulnerability to these vices happens is a lack of skill set. And we've continued with that. At Idia Renaissance, we've also realized that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Oh, wow.
So we engage in sporting activities. We try to partner with agencies that also do sports to see how we can get young persons to grow. We have library facilities where people can come in, take a look at some of the materials we have to maybe for research, just sometimes for knowledge and all that. Then Idia Renaissance, again, in working with these persons, discovered a good number of them have had sexually transmitted diseases. There was a season when HIV/AIDS was very prevalent, and in partnership with FSH1, I'm trying to recall the project.
Okay.
The center had an HIV screening and counseling facility where people can come and then referrals are made to other hospitals. We have a memorandum of understanding with the psychiatric hospital.
The one at Seyilaw?
Yes, the one at Seyilaw. So from time to time, we take our students there to see, because it's one thing to talk about the matter, it's another thing to witness.
Yeah.
So
True.
part of our trainings take them to the hospitals. We see patients in the HIV/AIDS wards. We go to the psychiatric centers. They see firsthand what it could be. So when we undertake our life skills training classes, that's essentially classes to help reorientate the mind, outlook towards society, outlook towards being yourself, your own person, being responsible for yourself and all of that. So that's all in a nutshell what we do.
Amazing.
That's amazing.
This is actually a lot of things that this organization has done over the
Yes.
span of 27 years. And
Yes.
honestly, it feels like it's been a long time, and it's also a lot of achievements so far. So personally, what moments did you realize that women and girls and children needed this impact on your own, even before you probably joined Idia Renaissance?
Yeah, I think for me, it's been a long time. Even while I was in secondary school, I was exposed to very good teachers who were able to teach some subjects out of the norm, beyond just classroom. And permit me to mention one. Then she was Miss Obi. Miss Obi was my government teacher who tried to make us see life beyond just the textbook. And so the interest in women, the interest in women's survival, the interest in women's consideration as being equals, I think was stirred up at that time. So even before I came to Idia Renaissance sphere, I already was someone who was interested in the welfare of the girl child.
Okay, so I was going to ask, did you join from the beginning, like from the 1999 when it was set up?
I did, but not in the capacity that I'm working now.
Okay.
Yes, I worked with Her Excellency from the background,
Okay.
Observing, running an errand or two here and there, and all of that. But in 2011, I came on board and actually started working with them
Full time.
Yes. Well, for me, it's voluntary because my full-time job is lecturing. So when I'm done lecturing, I go to the center and offer whatever assistance I can.
Okay, so for the center, do you guys focus on just women and children or all genders? Because men also suffer from trafficking as well.
Funny enough, it is true.
That's true.
Over time, it has evolved that men too. I think the reason why it seemed it was women was this culture of silence that we have towards men. You're a man, hear it, be a man. And so
don't complain, don't talk.
Don't complain, don't talk. And then sometimes men face abuses, and instead of society seeing it as an abuse, they go, oh, that's a man.
Be a man.
And nobody is bothered to look beyond to see the scars that are there. Because we are a youth resource center, though our advocacy and external work is primarily women and children, we have worked with men in the past, particularly in skills acquisition. We have a group of, there was a season, it was almost all men that were at our center, learning and working. Yes, so we do not exclude men, especially as children. We do not exclude, but our initial primary focus is women and children.
Okay, amazing. Personally, I will not say I discriminate towards men, but I'm also quite passionate about women and children, especially because of the vulnerability that is attached to this gender. So, but I want to ask, in your organization, what are the skills that are, should I say, available to be learned?
We have the fashion and textile design.
Okay.
We have the catering, baking, and hotel management. We have cosmetics and hairdressing, and we have the ICT. But we also undertake special trainings. For example, we've undertaken trainings in soap making, in bleach making, air fresheners, bead making. We've done that. We take courses according to, sometimes we feel the pulse of society, and then we try to see what we can contribute in that season to help society.
Okay.
How can one qualify for this? Is it
Actually,
open to anybody to just come
walk in and
or you must have experienced trafficking?
Oh no, it is not. It is not closed.
Okay.
Although our primary catchment is 13 to 25 years of age.
Okay.
Because we studied that is the age at which then many of these people were most vulnerable. But we are also learning that the traffickers have learned to go further.
Yeah.
So now you're hearing 9-year-olds, you're hearing 8-year-olds.
Crazy.
Yes. It's gone into the primary schools, so we have decided to open. I omitted to mention we have the Edo Underprivileged Scholarship Trust Fund. Under the Edo Underprivileged Scholarship Trust Fund, we go to schools. We have talks with students and children, and where we receive funding, because we are not self-sponsored, where we have funding, we raise fees for vulnerable children. We pay, follow up their education. And I say to the glory of God, we've been able to raise doctors, we've had lawyers, we've had accountants, and we're still on. So when we use that platform, then we are able to feel the pulse, to know what's going on, and know how it is. But in terms of admittance to the center, we are open to all.
Okay.
But our primary focus, we pay more attention, let me say that, if you're within that age range. Yes.
13
to 25. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's this belief that women, should I say, empower the society. They shape the society. Do you believe that empowering women automatically shapes the future of a society?
I do.
Mm.
I do. Among the politicians, you hear, train a woman, you train a nation.
Mm.
And when I first
That's
heard...
very common.
Very common.
They know how to, it's used
Yes,
very,
exactly.
very
Yes.
When they go to the market to talk to women.
Yes.
Train a woman,
Yeah,
you train a nation. And when I first heard that slogan, I stopped to pay attention to it. And I discovered it is true. It is very true.
True.
Because when you observe a man who has resources, the first thing he's likely to do, although there are some exceptions, but generally, the first thing he does, I need my phone, I need my shirt, I need a this, I need a that, he takes care of himself. And then whatever is left, we can share. But you find a woman who hasn't eaten, she's invited to a party, for example, food is laid out, eat all you can eat, and she brings out a bag. My children are home. And she begins to put things in the bag.
So you say men are greedy?
Well, I didn't say that.
Or selfish to them?
I would say you have self-examined.
Simple. I love that. Simple.
You have
But
self-examination.
there are women that are like that too.
Yes, that's why I said with their exceptions. But
Rare
generally,
exceptions.
Why are you taking
generally.
this personal?
Why would I take you personally?
So if the average inclination of a woman is to take and preserve, take and extend life, then it naturally comes to mind that when you empower such a woman, you are having a greater outreach.
True.
Okay, so you said that among the politicians, that statement, train a woman, train a nation.
Yes.
That led me to think that many times people misunderstand women empowerment. What I don't know, but I feel like many times the political class try to use it for personal I don't want to say gains, but personal gains. Yes, let me put it that way. So what do you think are the common misconceptions in women and children empowerment?
The first thing I would say is the fear that when you empower a woman, she becomes
Independent.
uncontrollable.
Okay.
Independence is seen as being beyond control. So the general impression, you have given a girl child some education. You can't talk to her again.
That's what they think.
That's what they think.
Yeah.
But I think science has also shown that women mature faster than men. They mature earlier than men.
Yeah.
True.
And that's why you find a man gets married to a woman who's 10 years younger than he, but she can see circumstances that he cannot even immediately comprehend. And she's talking and saying, if you take this route, this is where we're going to end. And the man is saying, I'm the man in the house. 5 years later, he begins to understand
what she was saying.
And by then, she's fed up. So at that point in time, you tend to draw the conclusion that the tagging of the woman as uncontrolled or uncontrollable is a fallout of a failure to understand that biology-wise, there is some difference. Yeah, so that's how I put it.
Okay.
So in doing all of this, you need money.
Yes.
So do you guys fund it yourself, or you get funding from government, private agencies, NGOs, and also do you guys work closely with IOM, the International Organization for
Yeah.
Migration?
We have worked with many organizations. Like I said, we are not self-funded because a man can't do all of that single-handedly. That, however, does not mean that we do not give of our personal resources. At several times, my boss, Mrs. Igbinedion, Her Excellency, she still puts in personal support. We go to family members, we ask for friends. We've had very good working relationships with other NGOs. So sometimes we collaborate on a project together and we get funded for it. At other times, they sublet to us. Maybe they have a part of it that does training that requires some skills that we also have. They give to us. So generally, goodwill. And IOM has been very helpful. As much as they can afford and as much as we have been willing to partner with them, IOM has tried. We're looking forward to better partnership this time around. Over the years, we've also learned on the job. And so we are hopeful that moving forward, we will deliver better.
Amazing. So, in your journey of 27 years as an organization and your journey personally in this organization, has there been a story or a particular person's experience that you have encountered in these 27 years that has touched you deeply?
Oh, yeah.
And if yes, can we? I
There-
would personally like to know.
There are several, but there was one that till date it scarred me. We happened to be part of a gathering at the end of the year. I think it was 2019, 2020. The dates fail me now, but we all met at Imagwero College, and some returnees spoke about their experiences in Libya. And I was chilled to my bone when a young man spoke that he was forced to skin a dead person alive. I mean, no, a dead body. He had to now learn to separate the skin from the muscles, from the sinews. And in that event, I realized we do not know
How deep?
what it is our children are facing.
Yeah.
I was scared. Another young man stood up and said, I can couple a weapon, I can dismantle it. Nothing. I learned that in Libya. I did not have the courage to wait till the end of the event. Because I remember turning to one of our staff who was with me there, and I said, from today, I will no longer say, you're a human being like me. Because I do not know what trauma
Actually,
you have gone through. I looked at that young man. Thankfully, the state government, because it was the state government event, but the government, the representatives there, thankfully, also paid heed. And they asked for some of those people to wait behind to see them. And that made me realize that we are in big trouble if we do not look out for our young persons. That young man was probably not more than 22, 23.
And he's had that type
he
of
already
experience.
says he has that. Meanwhile, he's not a medical personnel.
How many medical personnel can even
do that? And then you place such a person in a vulnerable state. It's a time bomb waiting to happen. So I think that particular outing has stayed with me. I haven't seen them since. I haven't attended any gathering like that since, but it's never left me. And I took it as a cry for help. For him to say, this is what I have been through because our country failed me. It's been a cry for help. So I don't know how many more, and I pray we do not have so many more after that.
I don't even know what to say.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I can't even imagine.
There's horror.
Honestly,
There's horror.
I've heard a lot of experiences in Libya, but I think this one
actually, I have heard a lot. We've
tops
had a
everything.
couple of people here on the podcast talk about their journey, but this one definitely hits differently, honestly.
We've heard cases of, people dying in the desert, people having to drink their urine.
Yes.
A lot of, in fact, they made a movie out of it then called Euro by Road.
Yes, I remember that movie.
So we've seen, but I've not heard something
This
like
one,
this.
I haven't
I heard that
this.
for the first time, and I don't pray to hear it again.
Wow.
So pass me.
I'm telling you. So let's talk tradition and culture. We live in a very, very cultural place, Benin City, Edo State, definitely.
I'm
I'm
proud of my heritage.
So yes, we live in a place with deep cultural heritage and deep traditions. But how do you combat cultural and societal barriers in women and children empowerment? I feel like there are times when things like, oh no, my pikin no go, my pikin no go follow you, that kind of thing. How do you combat things like that?
I have come to learn to see it as level of understanding. Because when you read our history, the Benin woman was not a subservient woman. The Benin woman, historically, is a very strong woman. She has her own business. She has her own skills. She has a functioning life.
Yeah.
True.
By which she also balances society. And the men have always respected that. However, no culture is perfect. So the ills of polygamy, yes, is there. The fear. The average Benin woman is very protective of her children. Very, very. They can go to the ends of the earth and back for their children.
Word.
Yes. So most times when we encounter opposition, we understand that it's because of understanding, level of awareness. And that's how we see it. So we've learned over time not to dwell so much on the resistance. If we can get one, it's part of the reason we have our life skills class at our center.
Okay.
If we can get one, we speak to that one. When the mindset change begins to happen at home, you now find others coming. So you just need one evangelist to be successful. Once the evangelist moves, they will bring the others. And I think, again, the culture of segregation is fueled by failure of education.
True. So I grew up in Upper Sakumba. So Upper Oye.
US, oh yeah.
yes. The US of it. So, growing up, I keep saying this, that in Benin, there's practically no family that does not have someone abroad.
Yes.
There's practically no family that has not suffered from irregular migration. You get, but growing up, I discovered that most times it comes from the parents, not the children. Sometimes the children themselves don't even know where they are going to or where they are headed. And it also comes from pressure. Seeing other families send their children abroad, and they feel like, okay, this is the only way we can make it out. So you see the parents, the dad and mom calling their 15-year-old child, 16-year-old child and say, You don't come of age, oh.
It's time for you.
See, I saw don't go. Now you remain. Oh yeah, you too. Alele, pack your bag. Then they send them. So I'm going to ask, like, in as much as you are training the kids, you know, we're talking to the young ones. What are we doing about the parents? What are we doing to give them the orientation to know that this is not good? Because most times I feel it's the mindset they have.
True.
You get, it's not like they mean harm for their children, but it's just that they think that's the only way.
That's the only way they know.
And they don't know the experience over there. They don't know what these people go through in Libya. I've seen cases where a man spends less than $1 million to take a person from Benin to Italy. Then he's asking the person to pay 60,000 euros after.
Wow.
And what else is she going to do to pay that if not prostitution? They traffic these people. But most times they know what they are going there to do.
Yes, true.
So most times it's not like they deceive them.
They know.
They know from
That's
the
true,
onset.
valid.
You get, so I feel, what measures are you guys also taking to educate the parents?
We have taken many measures. But I want you to understand that the average Benin man is a traveler.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have it on history. Oba Esige was in Portugal.
Yes.
We've had Benin people travel.
Yeah, 500 years ago, already traveling for education.
So, and I think migration has always been a part of human existence. There was a time indeed when children were taken, young persons were taken, and they did not know what was happening.
Yeah.
But now they know. The thing now is a good number of them do not know the extent
at which.
Because many think it is the way you stand at the junctions in Benin and you just, it's a different level.
It's just like the guy you talked about.
Yeah.
He knew he was going to Libya.
Yes.
But he knew there would be hard times, but he did not know he would go as far as skinning.
To harvest organs.
Oh, wow.
It was for organ harvesting. And he had to do that. So they know, but the mindset is, I'll not be waiting that they do for us. Until they get there and see that evil has grace.
Beyond them.
And you find parents, for me, it's a hybrid of factors that has put parents in the situation that they are. How do I say that, or why do I say that? First of all, orientation. We have this culture of entitlement to other people's property. While we claim we're Christians, a good number of us say we are Christians, yes. We profess. But the Bible says, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods. And so you see somebody bringing forth children, and he's planning that my senior brother go pay in school fees. He's already making arrangements with another man's pocket, another man's resources. And when those resources don't come, he takes offense and begins to feel pity for himself. I for be like this if to say they no help. Somebody saw me one time and said, you know the help person. And I said that they forbid if you help me.
He reached to us.
And he stopped. I think for the first time it dawned on him.
Yeah.
Why are you always the one begging?
Asking, yeah.
You know they forbid if you help person. You have two hands, but you are not willing to work. At some point, I was an employer of labor. And there was this 16-year-old boy, 16, who had just finished WAEC. So the interval between going to the uni and waiting for his results, he worked with me. And I would give this young man some tasks. The next thing I hear is his mother calling me. And please, that work you gave my son is too much.
Oh, wow.
One time I had to say, Madam, if in his prime of life, this is too much, I wonder what will happen in the twilight. is he your only son? I can't recall her answer, but I remember saying, if it is that precious to you, then please tell him to stop working.
Keep him at
Let
home.
him stay at home now.
At 16, I was running errands like a donkey,
Working hard.
beautifully and enjoying it.
Actually, enjoying it.
I raised my father's tire, I jack it up, and we wheel it to the vulcanizer. And we're running down the street happily because I want to see whether this deflated tire can work. Do you understand? And here you are finding young persons with strength,
To
unwilling.
work.
At that
To
age, I was
work.
already fixing generators.
They don't want to work. People
In
don't
fact,
want to work.
once you are 10, 12, they've started handling some chores to you.
To you.
Yes.
You wake up and know you're the person who's sweeping. You wake up and know and by the time I became a parent, I realized that was actually preparation for life. So I noticed that many who lacked this skill set came from parents who did everything for the
Yeah,
children.
and they were overprotective of them.
And because of that, they in turn, consciously or unconsciously, passed the entitlement culture
To
the
their
child.
children.
Now the child is of a certain age. We aren't as financially buoyant as we thought. We aren't as up to scale as we thought. Go and see Mama Isosa, they've gone. How did they do it? Isosa has traveled. By the time they send the foreign currency, you
And
change it.
all these,
They'll say some arrow.
zero.
Zero.
Everywhere.
Television.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Phone.
Yes.
In fact, they send Peking come sometimes. So when you see this Peking, they send and come.
Oh, wow.
Because the Peking now is a link
Yes.
to persistent supply, you know. So that entitlement mentality fuels the parents now wanting to say, I need to belong. I cannot be left behind. And moreover, that brother of mine who refused to assist needs to know that with or without him, I
make
will
it.
try.
Okay. So my children will go and
They
do the
will go
work.
and do the work.
Oh, wow.
There was a video I saw again at another outreach that was organized. These girls were on video and they were hurling curses at their mothers. You are in your husband's house. You have one husband. You have sent us out to the street. In a week, 200 men.
Wow.
It is in 9 you stay with one
Yeah.
man. And then you come and ask for 5 euros, 5 euro, as you said. 50, you know whether I don't eat. And they were pained. You know, in the usual youthful style, they talk, they laugh, but you could tell the pain and the hurt from betrayal.
Yes.
That this exposure to ill was even fostered by my parent, who should shield and protect. Now, that's where I feel the government is failing. Personal opinion.
Yeah, because if things were
Because-
working, nobody would.
Minus that, you find these children returning. What is happening to the parents who are sending them out?
Actually.
Parental responsibility is zero.
Yeah.
But in the climes that they are going, I have learned that sometimes if the authorities even find that you leave children of a certain age at home
Yes.
without
Proper
adult
care.
supervision, there's
Yes.
trouble.
But
But
you know,
take-
over here, we don't have child services.
Child waiting.
well, we used to have a culture that was better than child services. The African extended family structure.
True. When they say na everybody,
Nobody- na full
community na
community
they
raise
train pikin.
That was more than perfect child protection service. Because there were some children who were under parents that were so irresponsible. Other family members will step
Yes,
in and
yes.
say, give me
Yes.
this child.
Yes.
And it's raised right.
Yes. True.
But we have, by Western education and supposed, in quote, Western civilization, watered down that which made us a people. And we have failed to replace what will preserve the essence of us as a
Us
people.
as a people.
So
Honestly.
Idia Renaissance has in the past and still hopes to do awareness programs to speak to parents about these things. Your destiny is yours. Allow these children be who God has destined them to be. You will definitely not win over everybody, but at least you would have sowed a seed.
Yeah.
And over time,
By the
it will
grace of
grow
God,
by the
yeah.
grace of God.
I happen to know that the previous government actually had arrested and jailed a lot of people when it comes to irregular migration.
Yes.
Parents, you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, parents and mama.
Oh,
Sponsors.
okay.
Yeah,
The
sponsor,
sponsors,
mama.
the
The connect.
okay, the connection,
Yeah,
men and women.
the one that the middleman, the middle woman, the one that
Oh,
brings
wow.
the connection. You get like the woman that hunts for the girls and say, okay, I have somebody that's going to take them. A lot. There was one I know of personally. She sells at Oka Market at the time. Yeah, Governor Baseki jailed her.
Oh, wow.
Yes, with
And
via naptip and.
I hadn't heard of that, but that makes me happy right now.
Yes,
knowing
and-
that some people have been
Oh, yes,
apprehended.
yes.
They
And
have
now we have a migration
courts.
agency.
Yes,
And they have,
yes.
a full building with hostels,
And
training
Yes.
centers. You get a whole lot. So
Like I said, it makes me happy because I've heard stories of many people, and when we ask them about the connection, the connect person, they always shy away from that
culture of
particular.
silence.
Like I've spoken to no less than 5 people who are actual returnees, and not one of them has spoken about the person who connects them.
the
They
mama.
always try to ignore that particular question. But I like the fact that the government is actually taking
well, it's a difficult thing because most times it's their family members.
yes,
It's
and
close
they want to
friends.
protect them.
It's pastors.
True.
These are people who are in their immediate ecosystem of survival. So outing them out is a great disequilibrium. And culture of silence. For goodness sake, how do you go telling people that your mother was the one who sold you out to this kind of world?
True.
How do you tell people it's your elder sister? How do you tell people it's
Your auntie.
your auntie? You may want to speak, but they want to preserve family honor.
Yes.
Yeah, and when you now do, they now see you as the betrayer.
Yeah,
Yes,
you betrayed the
bad
family
person.
and all of
And,
that.
I'm happy that the migration agency has come up. We were part of the onset when it was first the Edo State
Task Force. Yeah.
Against Human Trafficking.
Okay.
Yeah.
We worked with Professor Yinka Omorugbe, and it's also from the work that it was realized that a task force wouldn't cut it.
Yeah.
There has to be a
An
government
actual
presence
agency.
that will be sustained to get these things going. It's beyond one person. So as many hands that will be on deck and could be on deck should be on deck. But we believe that government also has its part to play.
Yeah. And it's a continuous process.
It is.
And I like the fact that it started all the way from Governor Lucky Gbenedion.
All the way
And,
far back.
successive governments have tried
Yes.
to sustain it. And the
Yes.
previous government actually did a whole lot.
They reviewed the laws.
Yeah.
They made an extant law. Now, if you escape NAPTIP law, you can't escape Edo State law.
No.
Yeah.
So they tried their best to at least by legal enactments, protect the Edo citizen.
Yeah.
That's good.
And I must commend NAPTIP in Edo State. It's not a matter of being biased. NAPTIP in Edo State has done a lot. They have worked. The thing is, the nature of this malaise is such that many a times, because we need to protect the identities of the victims, things are done quietly.
Yeah.
So you don't hear so much outside, but they are working.
Okay.
I'm fully
They
aware
are
of that.
working. GPI, Girls Power Initiative, they are working.
Oh, amazing.
Genius Hub, they are working. We have
Yeah,
agencies.
I'm aware of Genius Hub.
Genius
It makes
Hub,
me happy that this
Say-
exists.
by Victoria Ero. Name Foundation, people are working.
Yeah, and I also like the fact that the government at the time came up with alternatives.
Yes.
They brought up Edo jobs.
Yes.
Yeah, the Victor Rifle Creative Hub, the Edo Innovate, at least to engage
the young person.
Yeah, so that they will not have the mindset of, after
Going
they
out
are brought
there.
to.
Yes, and even if they have the mindset, they no longer have the mindset for irregular migration.
Yes.
Yes.
I now have a skill.
Yeah.
I have a skill that you need. So facilitate my movement with honor.
Properly.
And I will go.
Amazing.
But in doing so, I'm not harming my
Anybody.
people.
Yes. Or myself.
Or myself. So the government of that time, yes, did so well. And we are hopeful that this government
will continue.
Yeah.
We've seen one or two interactions where they have also tried to let us know that they are with us on board. They are willing to work with parties concerned, and we are hopeful. People hide under culture. But what is culture? The way of life of a people.
Of a people.
It is not every Edo family that reasons that way.
Yeah, true.
There are some, even in abject poverty, that have continued to maintain their honor.
Yes.
So it's a mindset thing for me. But society has been able to provide veritable reasons to latch on to that very backward mindset. Where are the schools?
True.
The state of government schools leaves one very sad.
The schools that these people can actually afford.
Exactly. So the money is coming, and one now is able to send their children to private school. They appear to be doing better. Right before me is happening, but maybe before they left, there was some acrimony. So I cannot go there to ask for help. What do? We now have a dog-eat-dog mentality. Okay, let's find a way to send one who's supposed to be the sacrificial lamb.
Exactly.
Now the lamb has come. You want equitable sharing? No, I will be the first to also join, and things begin to happen. Baseline for me as a person is mindset. That's the baseline for me. I ask my students when I get the chance to speak with them. When I say mindset many times, I ask them, why hasn't the typical Northerner, until recently when we started having bandits and this violence, the average Hausa man comes to Benin.
Yeah.
He's not a beggar on the streets.
He's here to work hard.
He will look for oranges and sell.
Shoemaking.
He will look for
something to do.
The lowest of the job, but at least he can feed him.
Yes.
That's a person who has some level of dignity in himself.
True.
And when you watch them, he gets to a stage, his business becomes such that he cannot do it alone. He now calls for Kabiru.
He brings his brother.
Kabiru comes, before you know what's happening, they
built a community.
Yes.
It is the day you hear how much that man has in his account that you know that
you understand.
Musa is not your mate.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
But it's a mindset.
It all stems from that
We
mindset.
sit down and we look at certain professions, we look at certain jobs as beneath us. Why will I farm? I farm.
We see them as odd jobs.
Yes.
So why
menial jobs.
Why go the dick suck away?
You don't understand. Why would they say orange?
Now me one conde. And even now, sometimes when I speak to some people, say, your own done better. You don't know that kind of life. But the thing is, I come from a family where one of my progenitors was a farmer. Opasakumba.
Oh, wow.
Yes. The last assignment before my grandpa passed was to teach me how to tap wine from the tree.
Yeah.
We had palm trees in the house. And I came visiting one time and I saw him. He was taking out the wine. And I was like, Baba, you will show me? He said, yes, you will come. But he passed on before that time. The use of herbs, the value of plants, I learned it. What my education is supposed to help me do is take the knowledge I have to advance what I need to do.
Yeah. And
I have staff that I teach how to mop.
oh, wow.
And I wonder, how did you grow up? I'm teaching you how to sweep, how to mop. You think I got to where I am by just sitting down? No. If I need to plaster somewhere, I know how to measure sand and cement. Put a little water. It may not be as beautiful as the mason's, but it will cover it.
I used to think you are nepo baby.
I'm telling you,
Nah,
you look very, very,
you are lapo like us too. I thought you were nepo.
You look very posh and tush for.
To God be the glory.
Oh wow.
To God be the glory.
So, Ma, I want to know, how do you measure impact in your empowerment work? How do you know that, okay, we have done amazingly well?
When I see our products doing well. I once had a time we were in need of a receptionist and somebody showed up. And we asked for qualifications. And among the qualifications that were submitted was an Idia certificate signed by Mrs. Ekibi.
Wow.
And
that must have felt so good.
I think we need to clap for that.
I'm telling you.
And I looked and I said, you were with us? She said, yes, ma. And of course, she got the job. I have been somewhere, I wanted to have my nails done. And when it was done, I asked how much. She said, no, I will not take any money. You were with us at Idia Renaissance. Really? Thank you very much. My boss also has encounters like that. She sends something and they say, no, ma, no, mommy, I learned at Idia Renaissance. This is for you. So at intervals, we get to see them. I was in a program. I went back to school for one program. And there was a course mate I was speaking with. And at some point, somehow we got talking about Idia Renaissance. And she went, oh, that's why I learned computing. I said, really? And she started mentioning names and all. I said, that's so cool. If you see her now, when we are writing, she's on the system. And I was wondering, you mean we contributed to that?
It is
we
exciting.
have people who have opened businesses. They have fashion houses. We have people who have become big-time chefs, caterers, and they tell you, we were here.
Amazing.
At one point in time, we were here.
No, that's
really
wonderful.
nice.
So
that's wonderful.
it only tells me behave well.
Yeah.
Because you never know
True,
who may have been under you.
Yes. And that's really
so ma, from 19...
Even Ico Gas, I'm sorry. We have somebody from Ico Gas.
Oh, wow.
Yes, there was a day I came to fill my gas and she was so pleasant. She said hello and everything. And so I finished from Media Renaissance.
Oh, wow. That's
I was glad.
nice. That's
So
really,
that's
really
essentially, I made up my mind there and then that, okay, I'll be refilling because this is my place as well.
Thank you.
That's really
Thank
nice.
you.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting our sponsors.
yes,
You are part of the
yes,
people that make
yes.
us who we are here on Unscripted Seat.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So I was going to ask, from 1999 to date, if you had to put a number to the amount of people you guys have touched, you guys have trained, is there a figure to it?
There I say in the range of 2,000. Yes, because there was a time every year we had at least 200 students coming out.
Wow.
At a season, there was that much. And if you put that season from 1999 till date, I think we're fair when we say plus minus 2,000.
That's a huge number.
Lives have been
transformed,
touched and transformed and changed. So in this 2,000 people and 27 years, did you at any point feel discouraged? organization feel discouraged? Because honestly, it's not easy. And
Like, was there a time you wanted to give up
and
and say, don't tire,
I know we're not they do
I'm not
again.
doing again?
We've had several times like that. The story isn't complete without moments like that. We've had several. In fact, as we speak, we're just coming out of one season like that. We've had several, and it's coming from different reasons. You know, sometimes you take advocacy in good faith, and you're met with very mean opposition. It could break your spirit as a human being. Sometimes we face unfair accusations, untrue. You know, if you have done something and somebody says it, there's a way it touches you. And it's different from when you haven't done something and it's said.
You have been accused.
Yes, you have been accused. We've seen instances where people we have also worked with to help raise them, to help them also become people, work to pull down everything that we have done. Yes.
Yeah, because this whole thing, there's like a syndicate behind. It's like a cartel.
I was even going to ask how you battle the people behind these illegal migration. Don't they come for what you people do?
Well, first of all, we had, in the heat of it, we had the fortune of having our sponsor or our founder being the first lady.
True, so there's
so that
protection.
apparatus was there for
like
us.
It's a sort of government backing.
Yes, so everybody knew there was so much you could do with us. By the time they left office, other organizations had also gained strength. So the voices were more now. And then we started working as a coalition.
Okay.
There is this coalition of NGOs called NACTAL.
Okay.
I cannot remember the full meaning of the acronym, but we have NACTAL, we have Congos, we have a few other NGOs like that. So it's now a case of you touch one, you touch all. And we have notable people in this group. You get? So if one cannot go, there's another voice that can speak for you. So that's how we've all essentially been able to navigate it. And with NAPTIP being on board before the Edo State government came, NAPTIP was like government backing in our midst. So push comes to shove, we channel everything to NAPTIP.
Okay. So we talked about how the government, past government has aided and how the current government is trying to help. Do you think there are any policies or anything that this current government can do to help and make things better?
Everybody knows there are many things the current government can do to help and make things better. I think government can help us by creating an enabling environment. Enabling all round. When we say enabling all round, we know indeed government can't do everything.
Yeah.
True.
But government can help trigger growth. You see? Like when I try to look at how successive governments have operated in Edo State, I look at it as under His Excellency Chief Lucky Igbenedion, it was a people development-oriented government. In that government, there was a lot of promotion at work, creation of work opportunities. So it was essentially working with a program of raise the people will raise the city. And when His Excellency Adams Oshomole came on board, Adams Oshomole did more of raise infrastructure. People are standing, begin to raise infrastructure. And so you saw more roads, you saw more
schools,
physical amenities. Now people have been raised. People know what it is to live a good life. Now there are facilities
For them to live
for
their life.
them to live life. And then Governor Godwin Obaseki comes on board to say, fine-tune the operations of these facilities.
The contents.
The contents. So he now became the one who would be, let's tidy this up.
This is already here.
We have
Let's
the
make
people,
it work.
we have the structure. Now let's make this structure world class. So you see there's a progression, one way or the other. I don't know the trajectory this government is going to go. But if you follow it the way we are looking at, government can harness something.
Yes.
And if they have their focal point, definitely other areas will not be taken care of as much. Because again, if we look at successive governments, people were going to school, people were having salaries, people were being promoted in the offices, but the roads were not being done. That was the major cry. The next man came, and then there weren't so many promotions and people this thing, but there were roads being done, there were projects being executed and all of that. So people who have been able to have that leverage use the facilities. Now we're using the facilities people were not catered for. The next man comes to fine-tune. So you see now that it wasn't so much raising people, it wasn't so much doing facilities, but fine-tune what we have. When we harness this, we can now assess what's the next step. So I think they need to have a comprehensive think tank and find out how best they wish to be remembered. But whatever it is, I would like them to understand that whatever state they take, it will impact people.
Yes.
And we, as an organization, having worked with or under successive administrations, will also find a way to bring out the positive in the work we are doing. So it's just a continuum. And we keep growing, we keep learning, we keep understanding and understudying. I think that's the way I would say it. Because I cannot say, don't do this and do that and do that. I'm not in government, I'm not seeing society from their spectrum.
Yes. Okay, so Ma, in your experience working with these people and your experience in training these people, where would you say are the hot spot or hotbed for irregular migration and trafficking? Because most times growing up, we knew it was Libya, Italy. But now we're hearing Burkina Faso,
Mali.
Ivory Coast, Mali, Ghana.
Yeah, we're hearing a lot of
Yeah, so
news.
like, when did this one come up? When did this one start?
It started when Libya became focus.
Okay.
By the time everybody's eyes went to Libya, there was a time it was Algeria,
Yeah.
Tunisia,
Morocco too.
Algeria,
Yes, Morocco.
Morocco.
Yes.
And in fact, when there was a gully erosion around St. Maria Goretti, they say, are you in Morocco or in Spain? It was that hot. So as Libya began to be the focus for irregular migration, low-budget destinations began to arrive. And you find from a good number of stories we've heard, persons who usually run out of resources end up along this. So they're like those who fall out of the basin. And those who also may be afraid of the stories they have heard in Libya.
They just decide
and
to
they
stop
just
here.
decide to stop there. There's no place that is not a hotbed. Dubai is a hotbed.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
Oman is a hotbed.
Very
Another
true.
one.
Yes.
Lebanon.
Russia is a hotbed.
Oh, wow.
Strange as it is, Russia has a very terrible syndicate that operates.
Wow.
But it is how we can get them and get them back home.
But how is it going to be possible when most times the victims know what they are going to do?
Actually.
They know
The
what they are going to do.
Sometimes too. I I pray not to be in a position of vulnerability. I once heard a victim speak that left to him, he wouldn't have gone. But he watched his mother. His mother was diabetic. Every week she needed, I think every month she needed 45,000 naira
For drugs.
for
her
her
medication.
drugs. She was working, but she wasn't being paid salaries. They were home. There were days there was no food. And he's watching his mother. He no longer has a father. And everyone is sitting. There's no job. They are graduates, but none is employed. And so he decided, let me give it a try. It just
let's
might work.
see the worst that can happen.
What more can happen? You understand? So some of these victims are not victims because they are mentally or psychologically vulnerable. They are victims because of environmental circumstances. So for such a person, it is difficult to say, come back home when circumstances have not changed. I should come back.
To do
Is
what?
there something for my mother? No. Is there, no, don't worry, when you come, then we will change, we will tell you thank you when he returns. They say there's a startup here, I will join. They say they are empowering here, I will join. He collects everything and says, Mommy, hold this. At least this should hold you for the next 5 years. I'm back on the road.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's what they do.
Yes. We have so many who have come and gone back.
Wow.
So many. At a
But
time.
to them, they can't do something else.
Yes. For the recalcitrant mind, if you are used to easy money, you can't sit down and start working. But for those who have retained some element of conscience, they want to stay. But they start up a business, taxes are killing them before they even start. They start up a business, they are spending more money buying fuel for their generators.
Powering their you are giving yourself your own electricity.
Your own electricity.
You are giving yourself your own security.
Yes.
Water,
Then,
you're not even talking about the geographical implication. Where do they live?
true.
Some live in areas that are prone to erosion. And then you are watching him and he says, is this what I have come
Back to when I've seen better roads, I've seen better
We have
living.
a returnee who came, and while we were speaking with her, the lights went out. Her son freaked.
Oh, wow.
He was screaming. He was crying.
He has never
He has never
experienced
experienced
That
that.
returnee will return.
Actually, that returnee will return. If we're being honest.
And when we came back downstairs, I said to her, this one go hard.
you already know that this one it go hard
This one
though.
go hard though. And my staff then was like, Ma, I said, I will leave this one. I'm not staying around. We can't do this because how do we convince this person now that come back
And stay here.
and stay here? When she's seeing her child in so much distress from just power outage.
Then imagine the child now opens the tap and water does not.
No water.
Ah.
Or he can't play outside because says the area is somehow.
Oh, he has to enter public transport and the come on.
You know? So there are things that we can do better. But I think also that for the average Nigerian, that part of the pledge to serve Nigeria is not by force. That's how we see it now. It's no longer to
With
serve
all my
Nigeria
strength.
with all my
With all my
strength.
strength.
To serve Nigeria is not by
It's not my
force.
fault.
Because the average Nigerian is so disenchanted. Your take-home pay cannot take you home.
True.
Before month end, you're already owing people.
True.
The salary alert, while it is yet in the air, you have divided
You have done your
and
plus
shared.
and minus
In
and
fact,
minus
the
and
money-
minus and
The
minus
money
and
that is
minus.
coming into your account is no longer yours.
Actually,
No, that's why you have shared it now. Because you've promised by 23rd you will get, by 7th you will get. So you now tell yourself the first month of the year, or the first days of the month, I'm fasting. The Lord will make
The
me.
Lord,
I'm
yeah, but you don't have
Because
money to
there's
even eat.
nobody. But what can we do but look up
To
to
God.
God?
To sort of tie things together, what advice would you give to young girls and young women who don't seem to have any other option but to take that, should I say that avenue, that
the route.
that easy route?
First thing I would want to say is, you're enough. You're enough. There's the Spirit of God in man is a candle. And with it, he searches out deep and hidden things. You're enough. There's nobody who is born or created without something.
Everyone has a talent.
Everyone, even the physically challenged, has a talent. So look inwards. If you see gold in its original state, you will throw it away.
True.
And we have to understand that it is a process. It is a process. The shortcut will eventually be cut off. And you find yourself back to the starting point where you have lost time, you have lost favor, you have lost opportunities and all. Like you said, there was one lady who was selling oranges around First Circular, and she was trafficked. By the time she returned with HIV/AIDS. She was in the hospital, and she looked at those who continued the trade when she went, and she said, by that, they have built houses. By that, they have done this, they have done that. Yes, did she make money? She did, but look at her body. Look at her life.
To what end?
And she said if she had the chance, she would not do it again. Forget the makeup. Forget the hair. Forget the supposed beautiful dresses. There are scars
behind
that eyes cannot see. And if a young girl isn't taught from the onset that she is somebody, she is enough, she will look for the easy way.
And that easy way is not easy.
It's not
actually
easy
not
way.
easy. That's
How
in the long run, it's not easy at all.
No, even in the short run, how easy is it to service 200 men
in a week?
So now imagine someone that has to pay 60,000 euro.
Paying that sort of debt.
And do you know the average white man does not live on more than maybe 450 euro a month.
A month. Many of them even earn what? Say 40,000 a year.
Yes.
So they're going to give you maybe 20 or 10. And now you have to do 200.
Imagine.
And you are meeting some people are wild animals.
What are you saying? I watched one on TV. The lady was giving her testimony. It was a Christian program. And she said she and this lady were standing by the roadside doing the work. And some men came and they picked that girl. They left her. She said, really, she felt pained that they didn't take her. Little did she know that God was preserving her life. 2 days later, they saw the corpse of that girl.
Oh, wow.
What happened? They fed her to snakes. They inserted snakes in her body.
Oh.
And when she died, they got dogs to eat up her body. So it was the mangled remains they saw. That thing of taking them to swear, that period it was on, I think she took a stand that she wasn't going to service that contract anymore. So she was working like someone who was mad, mentally off. And she was deported to Nigeria. So that church took up her case. And eventually she was restored and all of that. So she was sharing her testimony on TV. And while she spoke, she cried. She said, because when she saw the parents of that girl, they said, at least we have seen you since your friend left. No word, no money. I said, she didn't have the heart to tell them that this is what has happened.
And I think we're also forgetting to give kudos to the church as well.
Yeah.
They've done so much.
Churches have done a lot.
Yeah.
Churches have done a lot, and they do it in quiet. For those who are sincere about rehabilitating others, we keep praying that the Lord will bless them.
Amen.
So we all have to, education cannot be underscored. And education is not classroom only. We have to understand that we are dealing with human beings. And what you are aiming to get requires a lot of discipline, requires a lot of patience, requires a lot of acceptance. And so it's a whole package.
Please, I have one final thing to say.
Okay.
This, and please, when you're saying this, I want you to look at, I think that's your camera. Where's the camera? That's your camera.
Okay.
So you're talking to the viewers, people that are watching and people that are listening. Are there things you think your NGO needs?
Yes.
Support, whichever, and also to people going through these things as well. Is there something you want to tell them?
Yes, we need a lot of support. At Idia Renaissance, we really are in dire need of facilities. We want to upgrade our library to make resource materials that persons who need information concerning migration, human trafficking, and some of these areas we have spoken about, we want to have these resources available for them. So if we can get reading materials, if we can get computers to help our e-library, if we can get furniture, we are very happy to receive them. For those who wish to contact us, we are 2 Ihama Road, 2/3 Ihama Road. If you're coming in from Airport Road, we're just the next compound to Military Base Hospital. We're at that crossroads that is perpendicular to Royal Marble Hotel. Please come in, and we have staff on ground who will attend to you and give relevant information.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank
So please, if you're kind-hearted enough,
honestly,
so please, and want to assist,
this is a cause that I think every Nigerian, every Edo-lite should stand behind. If we're being honest, if we're being true to ourselves, anybody who lives in Edo State should stand behind the cause of illegal migration, should stand behind organizations that fight against illegal migration, because every day we walk the streets, we see people who are, we see the effects, we see the direct effects of this scourge. And please, if you know you can assist in any way, Idia Renaissance is ready and willing to accept that assistance. And so, to tie things together, we want to say thank you to our amazing sponsors, Ico Gas, our restaurant, Adis Glam, Bella Bellina Wine, and Justly Custos.
Wow, we
say thank you for making this show possible. And to our beautiful guest today, Barrister Esohe Onyewese. I didn't refer to you as that earlier. It skipped me.
No,
but
I like just being Esohe.
Oh, you just
at the end do not put Esquire.
I don't think.
Okay. If you say you should just be Esohe, then I'll say we want to thank our beautiful guest, Mrs. Esohe Onyewese Esquire.
And please, before we go, please pronounce that thing again.
Idia Renaissance.
What she said.
And so we want to remind you that this is Unscripted Seat with Zaddy of BENIN and Z. And so we want to say bye.
Bye-bye.